Talking about we were talking about repressing yourself and denying yourself things, and about apathy earlier. And I kind of grew up in a Sufi Muslim family, and I was also part of Sufism myself for a while. And Sufism is very big about stuff like self-discipline, about repenting all the time and humiliating yourself and denying your importance and your existence, and just only focusing on Allah, who is the only essence of being, and all that stuff. And it is actually very sick. It feels very romantic when you're inside of it, and when you look at it as an outsider. In an appreciative way, it looks very romantic. It's kind of this sweet way of living where you just want to be humble, and you want to be peaceful, and you want to recognize that Allah is all there is, and you are nothing, you are nothingness, and all that. But it's also very sick. I feel like it messed me up in a way. I learned to blame myself, to live with guilt, to deny myself so many things, to feel so guilty about being me, to just deny that I matter even a bit, and all that. It's just
Does it
so messed up.
encourage like kind of ego death, basically?
Yeah. It has this thing, like it almost has this Buddhist approach to life, where you are aiming for the annihilation of your own ego, and only recognizing Allah as the only
Mm.
thing that exists. And it's just weird.
I became interested in Islam like when I was kind of on my own like faith exploration, right? And but the only thing that is, I think this is kind of typical for Westerners. I think a lot of them are attracted to more of the mysticism of Sufism. I think it's a bit. At first it comes across as softer, more personal. But I know that, I mean, at least your background, the Sufism actually gets kind of violent.
It is terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible, dumb, and
Under the covers. Like, oh, again, oh, Habibi. Like,
it is also a very dumb misinterpretation of Islamic theology. So, to be honest, it makes no sense. It is so stupid. It is so much in contradiction with the Quran. It introduces completely new, dumb things. It denies the whole notion that Allah is above His creation, that He's on a throne, that things are physical. It just has this completely almost pantheistic approach to theology, and to the nature of existence. It's complete garbage. At the same time, it represses yourself, and teaches you to humiliate yourself, and to be just miserable and guilty. And at the same time, it is no different in teaching hate and violence toward others. So there is this attempt sometimes, or this misunderstanding, to paint Sufism as this peaceful alternative, but it's not a peaceful alternative. It is not only more oppressive toward yourself, it is also just as hateful as regular Sunni Islam.
yeah. When you were speaking of humiliations, like, do they do actual more? Is it more just kind of like a mentality, more self humiliating thing, or
Mental.
is it an actual ritualistic?
There are some Sufi sects, some Sufi orders that do some very messed up stuff, like gathering and chanting and stabbing themselves, and putting stuff through their body and through their tongues and stuff like that. But those are exceptions. Those are only very few. Most of them don't do physical things. They just do excessive mental self. Whatever you want to call it. They just oppress themselves mentally very much.
Just like denial.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I joke with Armin that the Shias and the Catholics are actually quite similar. They like to
Yeah.
cry a lot and hurt themselves. But we got a super chat, and we got 250.
Stefan Miljevic, hey.
Look this up. This is a Serbian dinar. I'd
Yeah.
never seen this currency before, but thank you for the super chat.
Stefan is always on my live streams. He's a very nice guy.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming over here, Stefan. Question for AP. How do you even fight Muslim apologists when they announce that they won even before the debate starts? What is the point in debate? Well, I won't. Yeah, go ahead, my prophet.
And that is the entire reason why at the beginnings I said I don't want to debate Muslim apologists, because there is really no point to it. Uh, all I wanted to do was just to make public videos to try and inform people and not interact with those Muslim apologists, because they are not interested in exchanging thoughts, in testing each other's knowledge. What they are interested in is to simply scream, "I am right, we are right, we have defeated you, we have destroyed you and humiliated you," and they play tricks in order to do that. Mohammed Hijab himself admitted to me that I shouldn't have trusted him, that since we are opponents, it was normal for him to deceive me and to lie to me. That this is he himself admitted that to me. He said, "You shouldn't have trusted me. I'm your opponent." After publicly deceiving me and lying to me. So
it's just like crazy that he thinks that. That's not the right way to put it. His record of being deceitful, it's public knowledge.
I know.
What he did to Cosmic Skeptic, like, that's for everyone to see and understand.
He takes pride in that.
I completely understand that he has a following. They're going to be on board with him. They're probably going to justify his actions as maybe that's not fair. I'm not going to try to guess someone's motivations or hop in their brain, but I could see someone rationalizing it as being like, this is what it takes to win.
Yep.
Like
it is also Islamic. It is Islamic. It is he bases that idea on Muhammad's words and on the words of Islamic scholars and the approaches of Islamic scholars. What he sees is that we are in a in a war. So he said basically to me that he also said to me that we are that I am one of the I am waging an intellectual battle or an intellectual war against Islam, and I am one of the refuters of Islam, and it is his duty to to hate me. He said that to me, that he has to hate me, that he hates me, and as part of that, it is completely natural for him to deceive me whenever he can, which is why I shouldn't have trusted him, which is why I should approach him with documents and agreements. And he also bases his whole attitude on the fact that Muhammad said war is deception, and that Muhammad himself allowed his people to lie in order to achieve their goals against the enemies of Islam. So in this case, I am an enemy of Islam. Yeah, in this case, I am an enemy of Islam, and he is allowed to and supposed to be dirty with me and also dishonest with me and deceive me in order to further Islam. What he does is socially wrong, but according to his religion, right. And he does that publicly, and no one even calls him out on that, because his own followers agree with him.
Yeah. I know that like taqiyya is different than the example you just gave. But one thing we've been talking about on the channel recently is how like most Muslims don't even know what taqiyya is, like, until they leave Islam. Like, did you know what taqiyya was, like, before, while you were still a believer?
I didn't learn a concept called taqiyya. What I did was I learned that there was something known as taqiyya, or that there was this thing as part of Islam or as part of Muslim history and the companions of Muhammad. That's what I knew taqiyya was, and that it was just simply a means for the companions of Muhammad to protect their lives when they were oppressed, and to pretend that they are not Muslims, or to make false statements and false pretenses in order to protect their own lives. So I learned that was allowed, but I never learned in depth about the whole concept of taqiyya. And most Muslims don't really learn about that. So there is no big agenda going on where Muslims are actively taught to lie as a concept of taqiyya and to deceive the people. That is kind of I would say an ignorant perspective, an ignorant approach to Islam. That's not really the truth.
Wait.
What is true is that Muslims are allowed to lie to a certain extent.
Look at what a sweetheart he is. Stefan gave us another super chat. Thank you, Stefan, saying, I need to sleep, but I want to wish AP health to his family and his wife. Thank you for existing. You opened many eyes, and huge heart to Atheist Republic.
Thank you so much.
Oh, this is so sweet. Thank you, Stefan. And you should.
Thank you so much.
Okay. You have to sleep. You have to take care of yourself, because we need people to take care of themselves so they can be better at spreading corruption in the land. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually the real meaning of life.
Exactly. No, thank you, Stefan. I appreciate it very much. I think it's even like 4 a.m. right now in Serbia. So,
God, no.
but
Go take care of yourself.
but thank you so much, Stefan. I appreciate it very much. Really, thank you. I'll see you soon, hopefully, in a meetup, a chat, something like that.
It's so sweet to see like people send so much love to you.
I appreciate it very much. It makes me feel much better about everything that I'm doing.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy of Why There's No... Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free... It's not even promotion, it's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like, I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.